You're watching Reality Check. On a day when booster shots opened up for the elderly and medical workers, the virus is surging. We'll have a round table of health ministers on whether India is ready to battle the third wave. Because look at the numbers right now. Rise in the daily COVID cases in the top states in India. Average daily cases, India, if you look at it week to week, previous week to this week, it's up in a big way, almost 510% up across the country. Let's look at the top states. Maharashtra, starting with, it's up 420%. West Bengal, again, has jumped from about 2,000 cases to 15,100 cases, is up by 470%. Delhi, from 1,500 cases a week ago to almost 14,000 cases, almost 800% up. Tamil Nadu, showing almost a 600% jump in COVID cases. Karnataka, 750% increase in the COVID cases. Let's look at the rise in daily COVID deaths. These are again average deaths comparing the previous week to the current week, from 270 to 290. 8% up nationally, so a slight increase. Maharashtra has actually seen a dip, unusual, 11% down from 16 down to 14. West Bengal, though, has seen a big jump, almost double, from 9 deaths to 17 deaths, 85% up. Delhi, from 1 death to 7 deaths, so percentage-wise huge, almost over 1,000%. Tamil Nadu, 8 to 9 deaths, slight increase. Karnataka has seen a drop from 5 deaths average to 3 deaths, so it's actually 30% down. But let's look at, worryingly, the poll-bound states, because the Election Commission said they didn't find too much to worry about in the poll-bound states, and that's why they went ahead with the elections. But look at Uttar Pradesh. It's seen a big jump from about 200 cases the previous week to almost 3,600 cases average, almost 1,500% up. Uttarakhand, again, from 100 to almost 800, 700% jump. Punjab, 180 to almost 2,300, 1150% up. Manipur, 14 to 50, 230% up. And last but not least, Goa has seen a 450% jump. And the cases are rising faster in poll-bound states. If you look at what is called the reproduction rate, or the R rate, which shows you how cases are rising. So just look at that. It's 4.2. rising by 4.2 in Uttarakhand, 3.6 in UP, 2.8 in Punjab and 2.4 in Goa. Much more compared to states like Delhi and Maharashtra, which are supposedly hotspot states, where the reproduction rate is just 2, just over 2. All right, a big exclusive panel tonight of health ministers from across the country. Jai Pratap Singh, Health Minister of Uttar Pradesh, is on the show tonight. Satyendra Jain, Health Minister of Delhi, is on the show tonight. T.S. Singh Deo, Health Minister Chhattisgarh, is on the show tonight. I'll just come to Jain Saab and Mr. Deo in second, but let me start with Jai Pratap Singh, Health Minister UP, who I spoke to earlier. And I began by, of course, thanking him for joining us. And the big question is that you are heading into elections. You're already seeing a 1,500% jump in cases. Your reproduction rate is 3.6. This is a big worry for you, is it not, as poll season kicks off?
See, the challenge is, of course, very much over there, because we've gone through 2020, we've gone through 2021, and seeing a different variety of this variant, which is being highly transmissible and infecting just about everywhere. It seems to be infecting everyone, yet not being very highly where your hospitalization does not need to be taken. And yet you have to keep in mind that the coming up election has to be also dealt with at the same time. So the government has started putting in a lot of measures in all the districts which have already crossed over 2,000, and to ensure through the district administration that COVID appropriate protocols are well in place, and to ensure markets are closed, unnecessary big meetings and things will be totally, made to ensure that the total big meetings and small nukkad samaj and all will not take place.
Right.
And every person must have a mask, whether the person who's canvassing
Yes.
in small groups, as well as the people in the villages must have masks. I mean, for the time being, this is what we are planning and going ahead to
Okay,
doing it.
but but the fact is now, of course, the Election Commission has made everything digital. But even before that, there were many political events being held, including by the BJP, where no protocols were observed. There was no social distancing, and nobody was wearing masks. Not even the chief minister.
I think the chief minister was wearing a mask because he's quite, that maybe in some meetings he must have not worn a mask, but otherwise he's pretty okay in that. He ensures that all of us wear a mask and he also wears a mask and all that. But yes, that is true. What you're saying is pre the election decision, there were a lot of big rallies and all because these were programs which had to be inaugurated or which had to have a foundation laying thrown by the Prime Minister or by the Chief Minister in different places. So this was just when the cases have started going up. And then when we found that the number of cases are going up very high, we suddenly decided to call off all the meetings and all that just before the Election Commission decided on the dates.
But But would these meetings and events, I mean, did they contribute to the surge?
No, you see, when you are in a huge gathering, it does contribute to that. I mean, any huge gathering, you have somebody who's a COVID positive patient will, because being highly transmissible, this variant is going to be cutting across everywhere and trying to infect as much as people. But also what I would like to put in one word is that in 2020, 2021, what I saw was in the villages, there wasn't so much of a number of cases that were coming out, or much less in villages than what it came out in the big cities. This is what I've noticed this time also. This highly transmittable thing, we are looking at all the numbers in all the big cities. And when I come down to all the smallest districts, and there the numbers are isolated and not in very large numbers, and which are easily manageable also. So maybe, I mean, there may be a herd immunity or something like that, because you have Delta variant as well as you have Omicron. Both are probably having the same sort of characteristics.
Okay, the same characteristics. But the other worry, of course, is that with these crowds and all of that, in Uttar Pradesh, the vaccination rates are quite low. Only 34% of the total population, not the target population, but the total population, only 34% vaccinated.
I don't think those figures are, I think, a little behind. As of today, I am told, I think, because it's in my this mobile itself, I think it's almost 50 or 51% now. Total number of doses which are given, 2 doses which are given, or 47%, sorry, 47 point something percent is what the 2 doses which we've already given just now. This we've increased the numbers over the last 10, 15 days. But where we are averaging about 17 lakhs, 18 lakhs per day.
Right. Sorry. Just to interrupt for a second, you're saying 47%, but that might be 47% eligible population. Of the overall population, I believe the figure is just 34%.
Yeah, the whole population. I'm also talking the whole population. I've got it in my mobile right now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not being able to access it immediately, but I know it is about 47 point some percent.
Okay.
I can give the figures to you later.
Okay,
I'm quite sure it's that.
We'll check the figures again, but even that is still not a very high number, is it?
You're correct, but then you also must see that we are 24 crores. We are the largest populated state in the country. So when you go percentage-wise, the same percentage might increase. The numbers might increase in the same percentage in smaller states, where they will show something like 90% or 95% or 80%. Because of our population and a huge population, if you go phase-wise, I mean, not really phase-wise, if you go by the age-wise, keeping in mind the health workers, the frontline workers, 18 to 45, 60 plus, and even now 15 to 17, which we are doing in a very fast way and quite in large numbers. So if you see it individually, you will make out that the numbers are quite high and in tune with what is supposed to be in the country. But overall percentage does look a bit low.
Okay. Last question though, because how prepared are you in terms of oxygen and hospital beds? Because last time there was a severe shortage of oxygen. A lot of people were struggling. Uttar Pradesh government maintained that there was no shortage, there were no oxygen related deaths. Number one, do you concede that there was an oxygen crisis last time? And number two, are you prepared better this time?
There was a shortage of oxygen. It was all over the country. It was all over the world. The Prime Minister took cognizance of it immediately when this shortage came up, when the type of variant infected our lungs at that time. So the entire production of oxygen in the country was taken over by the central government.
Right.
And each state was given a certain amount of oxygen, the quantity to be lifted from different areas, from different places in the country, which everybody did. We did the same thing. Whatever oxygen we got from outside the state, and we financially helped a lot of oxygen refillers within the state who had closed down earlier for whatever reason, got them restarted in quite a few districts, and ensured that oxygen was easily available, at least to all the government hospitals, the medical colleges, the district hospitals, and to the hospitals which were connected to the medical colleges, like private medical colleges and private big hospitals, were also given enough oxygen to take care of the requirements. So there was a shortfall in between of oxygen all over the country. UP also had its share, but we worked on it as everybody worked, and we ensured it came by an oxygen express train, which we started by plane, by road. Whatever was possible, we put in every effort, and the whole country was putting in its effort. I think the Prime Minister was ensuring, apart from, I think, importing also from outside.
Okay. Well, at least an honest answer, Minister, that you concede that there was a shortage and you are trying your best to head it off this time. But thank you very much indeed for joining us. Let me go straight across to our other health ministers patiently waiting. Apologies for that. Let me start with you, Satyendra Jain. Jain Saab, Delhi again, cases are going up. It's almost 800% up week on week. What are you seeing in the numbers which worries you, and what are you seeing which offers a glimmer of hope?
देखिएगा, दिल्ली के अंदर जो केसेज हैं, हर वेव के अंदर दिल्ली लीड करता है पूरे देश को। और सबसे बड़ा रीज़न क्या है कि दिल्ली जितनी भी फ्लाइट्स इंडिया में आती हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा दिल्ली में आती हैं फ्लाइट्स। तो अभी ओमिक्रॉन भी जब पूरे देश में आया, तो फ्लाइट्स जब दिल्ली में आई तो उससे दिल्ली में फैला है। और जहाँ तक नंबर्स की बात है, इस बारी 2-3 चीज़ें बड़ी डिस्टिंक्ट हैं जो अलग देखने को आ रही हैं। अभी देखो, दिल्ली में पिछले 3-4 दिन से 20,000 केसेज आ रहे हैं। आज भी 19,000 से ज़्यादा केसेज हैं। तो 20,000 केसेज आने के बावजूद भी जो हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन है, दैट इज वेरी लो। मतलब अब आज की जो ऑक्यूपेंसी थी, सिर्फ 2,000 बेड ऑक्यूपाइड थे, जबकि हमने जो अभी तक डेडिकेट किए हुए हैं उसमें से 12,000 बेड अभी वैकेंट है। हम चाहें तो अभी हमने 37,000 बेड की ऑक्यूपाइड है। हाँ जी। तो ये बहुत ही डिस्टिंक्ट चीज देखने को मिली। जब पिछली बार 20,000 केसेज आ रहे थे तो उस टाइम पर कम से कम 12-13,000 बेड हमारे ऑक्यूपाइड थे। तो इस बारी कम से कम 6 गुना बेड की ऑक्यूपेंसी पिछली बारी के मुकाबले में कम है। तो देखने से लगता है सीवियरिटी भी थोड़ी कम है। और पिछली बारी 20,000 केसेज एक दिन में आए थे।
और जैन साहब, जहां तक आईसीयू
लगभग खाली है,
क्रिटिकल खाली।
आईसीयू भी बहुत कम यूज हो रहे हैं। बहुत देखिए, 34 जो लोग हैं, वो जो हमारे पास टोटल अभी तक सिर्फ मैं बता देता हूँ 65 लोग वेंटिलेटर के ऊपर हैं। ओनली आउट ऑफ 2,000 जो पेशेंट एडमिटेड हैं, उसमें से 65 वेंटिलेटर के ऊपर हैं। और जो कि यही नंबर पहले जब 20,000 केसेज आ रहे थे, तब ये हजारों में था। 1200-1400 लोग थे जो कि वेंटिलेटर पे होते थे। तो नंबर्स काफी रीएश्योरिंग है कि पहले के मुकाबले में ये काफी माइल्ड है। दूसरा, जो हम अस्पतालों से सबसे बात कर रहे हैं, जो हॉस्पिटल में एडमिटेड पेशेंट है, उसमें काफी बड़ा नंबर उन लोगों का जो किसी और बीमारी का इलाज कराने के लिए जाते हैं। तो जैसे मान लो किसी को किडनी की प्रॉब्लम है या कैंसर है, उसके लिए जब जाते हैं तो एडमिट करने से पहले टेस्ट किया जाता है। तो काफी सारे पेशेंट ऐसे हैं जो कि कोरोना की वजह से एडमिट नहीं हुए, तो किसी और चीज के लिए, बीमारी के लिए इलाज कराने गए थे। जब उनका टेस्ट किया गया तो कोरोना पाए गए। तो काफी बड़ी संख्या के अंदर जो एडमिटेड पेशेंट है वो दूसरी बीमारियों के हैं, और उनको कोरोना भी साथ में हुआ है। तो काफी रीएश्योरिंग है। नंबर्स ज्यादा जरूर हैं, नंबर ज्यादा है कि
इस वक्त, लेकिन सिवेरिटी में कम है। मैं आई जस्ट कम बैक टू यू इन 1 सेकंड। सिंहदेव साहब, नाउ Chhattisgarh, of course, we're looking at the numbers week to week. It's jumped from 160 to about 2,000 cases, so it's 1,200% up. It's of course the whole state, so that's not very much. But are you worried that, because you've not peaked yet, that it may cross, the numbers may cross the the second wave? Even if it's milder, the numbers will be high. Are you ready for this Omicron wave?
Good evening, Srinivas ji, and good evening to all the other panelists and the viewers. It is certainly a cause of worry to the extent that it is commonly projected that the numbers are going to be at least twice as much. Mr. Dr. Paul from Niti Aayog, last time when we had the video conferencing with the Prime Minister, mentioned a figure of 5 lakh possible cases per day for the country. This time he has mentioned 14 lakh per day for the country. So that projection itself is about 3 times. Worst comes to worst, we are anticipating if we had 1 lakh cases in a day, we will have at least 2 lakh cases, active cases in a day. So that is the cause of worry. Numbers are certainly going to be higher. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm projecting wrongly. But the cases are going to be higher than they were during the second wave. But like everybody is seeing throughout the world, everybody is seeing that the severity of the cases is low. And like the health minister from Delhi said, we too are experiencing the similar thing that people coming in for other procedures are coming in and testing positive where they are occupying ICU or even ventilator beds. They are coming with other ailments and being tested for.
So your ICU, what is the status of your own ICUs and COVID ventilators? How much are, what?
At the
how
moment,
many are,
we are 2.59 occupancy in normal beds, 2.05 occupancy in oxygen beds, 1.98% oxygen occupancy in HDU beds, 2.68 occupancy in ICU beds, and 2.15 occupancy in our ventilator beds.
these are all percentages. Sorry, these are
percentages. And out of 19,710 beds that we have, including these about 6,000 beds which are normal, non-oxygen beds, occupancy is 446, which works out to 2.26% of the beds.
So basically, your bed occupancy, both ICU and otherwise, is somewhere in the 2% range, which is, you know, at the moment low. Touch wood, fingers crossed, it doesn't go beyond that. But सत्येंद्र जैन साहब, जहाँ तक इसका सवाल है कि दिल्ली में जैसे आप कह रहे हैं केसेस बढ़ रहे हैं, एक वारी है, सिवियरिटी लेकिन नहीं इतना है, लेकिन केसेस तो बढ़ रहे हैं, तो आपने जिस तरह से वीकेंड पे कर्फ्यू किया, इसका क्या आपका थॉट है इस पे? क्योंकि सीएम बार बार कह रहे हैं कि हम लॉकडाउन पूरा नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन क्या रिस्ट्रिक्शंस आप दोबारा लेके आएंगे इस किस्म के?
देखो दिल्ली, श्रीनिवास जी, दिल्ली में सबसे ज्यादा रेस्ट्रिक्शंस लगाई गई पूरे देश के अंदर, सबसे पहले लगाई गई, सबसे ज्यादा लगाई गई। हमने सारे एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन बंद किए, हमने सारे सिनेमा हॉल्स बंद किए, जिम्स बंद किए, हमने शॉप्स को, शॉपिंग मॉल्स को इवन ऑड कर दिया, हमने रेस्टोरेंट्स में 50% सीटिंग कर दी, बहुत सारे रेस्ट्रिक्शन हमने लगाए। सरकारी ऑफिस बंद कर दिए दिल्ली सरकार के सारे, प्राइवेट ऑफिस में 50% ऑक्यूपेंसी कर दी, और आज से तो इसको और भी हम कर रहे हैं कि प्राइवेट ऑफिस बंद कर रहे हैं। तो दिल्ली ने सबसे पहले रेस्ट्रिक्शंस लगाए, और लगानी भी चाहिए कि देश की राजधानी है और सबसे ज्यादा जो लोड है विदेशों से दिल्ली में आया। और देखो, जो वीकेंड कर्फ्यू लगाने के 2 मकसद थे, एक तो 2 दिन का गैप हो जाता है कि लोग आपस में मिलेंगे नहीं, दूसरा ये होता है कि लोगों को इसका थोड़ी सी डर होना चाहिए। अभी क्या होता है कि मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि बिल्कुल डर जाएं आप लोग, हमारे यहाँ पर सिस्टम क्या है, या तो बिल्कुल बिंदास हो जाएंगे, बिल्कुल डर खत्म हो जाएगा, या एकदम से बहुत ज्यादा डर जाएंगे। तो मुझे लगता है थोड़ा सा बीच का रास्ता अपनाने के लिए लोगों को लगे कि हाँ देयर इज ए कोरोना है, तो सबसे आसान तरीका, देखो 2 साल का एक्सपीरियंस ये बताता है श्रीनिवास जी कि आपको लॉकडाउन से भी अच्छा लॉकडाउन जो है ना वो है मास्क। अगर सारी दुनिया घर से बाहर निकले और निकलने के टाइम पर ये मास्क अगर लगा ले, तो मुझे लगता है कि मास्क लगाना अपने आप में लॉकडाउन से ज्यादा इफेक्ट करेगा।
नहीं, बिल्कुल मास्क,
दिल्ली में पिछले
मास्क इंपॉर्टेंट है, लेकिन क्या आप दोबारा इस किस्म का वीकेंड कर्फ्यू या और कोई इस किस्म के कर्फ्यू टाइप लाने का सोच रहे हैं?
अभी देखिए, वीकेंड आने दीजिएगा। अगर मुझे लगता है केसेस, मैं तो मानता हूं कि पीक या तो आ गया है या 1-2 दिन में आ जाना चाहिए दिल्ली का, और इस वीक में तो डेफिनेटली पीक आ जाएगा, और उसके बाद कम होने स्टार्ट होने चाहिए। तो वीकेंड कर्फ्यू हो सकता है एक बार और लगाना पड़े, नेक्स्ट वीक भी लगाना पड़े, बट मुझे लगता है लोगों को रिमाइंड कराने के लिए।
ये यू आर सेइंग दिल्ली में पीक दिस वीक?
मेरे एक्सपेक्टेशन ये है कि इस हफ्ते में, क्योंकि दिल्ली सबसे आगे चल रहा है ना देश में, जब दिल्ली में खत्म होता है तब पूरे देश में फैल रहा होता है, तो दिल्ली पहले, सबसे पहले इन्फेक्ट भी होगी, सबसे पहले ठीक भी होगी।
इन चीजों में पहले होना इज नॉट नेसेसरली the best thing, but I see what you mean.
नहीं, वो तो करे भी क्या भाई, देखो
नहीं,
पहले का कारण तो बताया ना मैंने आपको, जब फ्लाइट से बाहर से आ रहे हैं।
Of course, I was just joking, but Singhdeo Saab, we've just seen new guidelines being brought in by ICMR about testing. Important condition they've removed is people who've come in contact with confirmed cases of COVID don't have to be tested anymore unless they're high risk. Is that wise? Is that sensible?
I think you should test. You should presume that the person, there is a cynicism, Srinivasji, which seems to be there with knowledge. One aspect is people are, the health doctors, etc., experts are very much more aware of the virus and its implications. They are much more confident this time. So their feeling is, one, that it is likely to reach almost everybody. It's going to reach a very large number of people. There will be far more asymptomatic cases. The severity is less. Bed occupancy, like you were asking me, we have 13,000 active cases today.
Right.
If it gets 20 times, our occupancy would be, let us say, 45%. If it gets 30 times, we get 360,000 cases, our bed occupancy would be about 65%. So that is what everybody is banking upon. If these figures go wrong, if these percentages don't hold, and the bed occupancy doubles with the doubling or tripling, then there will be trouble.
Okay,
Then
so
there will be trouble.
you're saying you would still be comfortable if people who have come in contact are tested. You're right. I mean, you think it's perhaps wise to do that and not make
It
this
is.
assumption that everyone is going to get infected. So why bother? Jain Saab, what is your view on this? ये जो नया condition आया है, do you agree या आप लग रहा है कि ये
नहीं, देखिएगा,
is this wise?
डेफिनेटली दिस इज ए वाइज डिसीजन, बिल्कुल डेफिनेटली बिल्कुल ठीक डिसीजन है। देखो होता क्या है कि जो नंबर्स है ना, दिल्ली में अगर आज 20,000 केस आ रहे हैं तो हम 1 लाख टेस्टिंग कर रहे हैं, इसलिए 20,000 आ रहे हैं। हम 2 लाख टेस्टिंग करेंगे तो ये 30, 35, 40,000 हो जाएंगे। 10 लाख करेंगे तो 2 लाख हो जाएंगे। तो दरअसल क्या है कि जो टेस्टिंग है एक लिमिट तक इसलिए करनी जरूरी थी कि स्प्रेड को रोकने के लिए। जब कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड हो चुका है, मुझे लगता है केंद्र सरकार को मान लेना चाहिए कि कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड हिंदुस्तान में हो चुका है, परंतु ये बड़ा मुश्किल है कि केंद्र सरकार मानने को तैयार नहीं कि कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड हो गया है। एपिडेमियोलॉजी के बेसिक्स कहते हैं कि कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड हो गया है
जी।
अगर देखो कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड किसे कहते हैं कि जब कम्युनिटी में फैल गया, जब आपको पता नहीं किससे इसको सोर्स क्या है, सोर्स का नहीं पता लग रहा है। तो मुझे लगता है ये मान लेना चाहिए कि कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड है। तो अब हमारा सबसे ज्यादा ध्यान इस बात पे होना चाहिए जो भी सिम्टोमेटिक है, जिसको भी प्रॉब्लम है, उसका इलाज करें। सारा का सारा जो हमारा जो फोकस होना चाहिए वो इलाज करने पे होना चाहिए जो बीमार होते हैं।
नहीं,
अभी हमारा
आप कह
फोकस
रहे
इस
हैं कि
बात पे
अगर
है कि
आप-
नंबर्स तो
नहीं, बट अगर हम जो कॉन्टैक्ट्स में जो हुए पीपल हु कम इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद पॉजिटिव्स, अगर हम उनको टेस्ट ना करें तो हाउ विल यू बी एबल टू डिटेक्ट एंड कंट्रोल? नहीं, फिर तो इट्स जस्ट एवरीवेयर।
देखो श्रीनिवासन जी, मैं सच्चाई देखो मैं तो सच्चाई बोल सकता हूँ, बहुत बुरा भी लग सकता है कुछ लोगों को। सच्चाई ये है कि या तो पूरी पॉपुलेशन को एक दिन में टेस्ट करें आप। 2 करोड़ की पॉपुलेशन है, 2 करोड़ टेस्ट एक दिन में कर लीजिए तो आपको एग्जैक्ट पता लगेगा कितने लोग पॉजिटिव हैं या नहीं है। अगर आप 2 करोड़ को पॉजिटिव टेस्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं तो आज मुझे लगता है वो सिचुएशन चली गई कि 1 केस था या 2 केस था। अब
अच्छा, आप कह रहे
20,000
हैं
लोगों के
it's
कॉन्टैक्ट
just-
2 लाख बनते हैं।
Okay, it's community spread. There is that argument also, Singhdeo Saab, as you said. That's the sort of view the policy makers have taken. The government is still officially not accepting community spread, as Satyendra Jain Saab says. Perhaps they should now. And these changed ICMR guidelines seem to reflect that they are acknowledging it. That there is now no point even testing people who've come in contact with positives because it's everywhere.
I believe the UK has taken a sort of
Actually,
decision not to
ye-
do testing at all. So if you are of that opinion that particularly in urban areas where the spread is much more rapid and it reaches very many more people, positivity is also very, very high in urban areas, that won't hold for us to take a policy decision in a state like Chhattisgarh where 75% of the area is rural.
Right.
So do we have a lockdown everywhere or we don't have any lockdowns, just let things go as they are?
Right.
I don't think that is very wise today. We
Okay.
should so far stick to knowing exactly what the situation is so that
Okay.
a more informed decision can be taken.
Right. Treat those who have symptoms and those who are sick and who are requiring care, like hospital care. That's the key. But anyway, interestingly poised, the virus is at an inflection point. Let's see how it plays out. But thank you both so much for joining me on Reality Check. Thank you so much for watching. We're out of time. Good night.